are here blessing us. Iowa, welcome. Pittsburgh, and we have more folks signing on. Pittsburgh, California. Yes, Briandi, hello. And just so happy that you're all joining us. And I always feel like it's always nice to say what state, what city we're from. We could be a representative of all the beings in your town. We're doing the practice on behalf of all beings everywhere. Remembering a couple of things about the practice is that we're practicing the law of resonance. This evening, I always imagine that we're sending out this metta to the universe, and I have my crystals amplifying, and we have all of our saints on our altars, and we just imagine that we are merging our hearts with the great heart of the bodhisattvas, the heart of the sages and the ones who have walked this path, the heart of all of those who live a life dedicated to peace, who live a life dedicated for the benefit of others, right? So we call on all the forces of Harriet Tubman, Dr. King, and all the angels in the universe to come and help us with our hearts, help us awaken, heal our hearts. This can all happen through the metta practice. The metta is a frequency, right? We're inclining our hearts and minds toward love and compassion. And this is something that we have to practice right now. It really is something that we align with, we come back to. So again, I always like to tell people the origins of the practice, this particular style of practice. There's a lot of ways that you can cultivate these qualities. We follow this practice is based on a practice that the Buddha gave. Thus we have heard. This was given out as an antidote to fear. And so I know so many of us are dealing with all of the anxiety of the great turning, the great collapse, the great awakening. It's all part of it, right? It's all happening simultaneously. And one thing about this practice is that the more you rest in these qualities, the more steady, resilient. This is a time where we need tremendous faith that we are walking in the goodness, in the light, and that we will be protected, we will be guided, and everything is unfolding due to much bigger causes and conditions than we can ever fathom, right? There's an intelligence moving the universe, moving the earth, moving through our hearts, and potentially this is a time of great awakening. I don't say that lightly. I say that because I feel it in my own body. Do you all feel these changes? And also there's that fear and the sadness. So we're holding all of that together. And this is the journey right now. It's the kind of the warrior heart path right now to stay centered in the light of truth, love, compassion, joy, and equanimity, even with all the actions. So the metta practice is both a concentration practice, also called a purification practice. So you will develop concentration because there's two things that we will be doing during the duration of our practice. One is that we are focusing on ourselves. So I want you to imagine while we do the practice that you're looking into a mirror of yourself. You're holding yourself with loving awareness. So you're going to hold the visualization of you looking right at yourself. Okay, you can use an image that you have from your photos that you maybe have in your house or your phone, but imagine that you're looking and you're seeing yourself through the eyes of the Great Mother, not the distorted way that we perceive ourselves as somehow inefficient or defective or harsh. So we're transmuting that harsh negativity, right? We're seeing ourselves as our true self, right? Our Buddha nature, as they call it, our Krishna consciousness, or our Christ self. There's so many ways you can describe this. So we're holding that. You can also imagine yourself as a young child, whatever's easiest, but we want to keep holding the vision. Then we want to work with the 4 metta phrases. These are the 4 phrases that we say over and over. While you're looking at your beautiful self, we say, may I be happy and peaceful. right? May I be safe and protected, right? Because first we say, may I be, because you might not be feeling happy and peaceful. You don't have to do metta when you're feeling happy and peaceful, but it's that wish. All beings wish happiness. Even if they're destroying everything in their path, they're doing it with a delusional sense of this will bring me happiness, right? So all beings, even the ants on the ground, right, want happiness. Everything that's alive thrives on a kind of desire for happiness and peace. So we offer that. May I be happy and peaceful. Then we offer, may I be safe and protected, because we protect what we love and those that we love. Right? If you have an animal or your beloved or your family, that sense of wanting to protect them out of love, right? We don't want to see ourselves harmed or others harmed. So we offer that to ourselves. May I be safe and protected. The third phrase that we say is, may I be healthy and strong in my body. Now, this is a moment where you can send this loving kindness to your body. May I be healthy. May I be strong, because we always want that. When I call my teachers and I call the elders in my life, the first thing I say is, how's your health? And when they say, I'm good, I feel happy. You call your grandmother and you want them to be happy. Baba calls his Aunt Lily and we all get excited. Aunt Lily's still here. We're like, yay, you're feeling good today. That's a natural expression of love, right? We want our animals to be happy and healthy. We want, so we send that to our bodies that hold so much. May this body be healthy and strong. And then the last phrase that we say is, may I live with ease and joy and well-being. So as we practice, hold the vision, and I'll remind you as I guide along, as I'll be doing the practice fully with you. We're saying the phrases over and over. Keep them going. The mind will wander in a million directions, everyone. You'll go, I'm thinking about this and that. You just come back to your heart. Often I tell people to put their hand on their heart when they practice, so you can feel the energy, feel the aliveness, right? Your body responds to this energy. Our bodies love compassion. They resonate in the cells. Mostly we're water, and we know water is very, very impacted by thought vibration. So imagine as you're doing this, you're literally shifting your vibration to a higher octave here. You're shifting your awareness and you're sending yourself love, and you need that energy right now, right? We need to be practicing this for ourselves over and over and over. You are the ecosystem. You are the collective. Loving you is loving me. Loving you is loving all beings. So don't worry about trying to send it out to others. Fill your cup first, right? And then that cup overflows out naturally. Love flows. Naturally, love includes everything. And your heart, last thing I'll say before we practice, is your heart longs to be free. Right? It's immeasurable, the heart chakra, right? It longs to be vast, like it's likened to the sun, right? It shines out. So this practice is about unconditional love. Okay, this is a sense that we are tapping into an immeasurable energy, right? A sustainable energy. It's like solar energy now. We're moving from fossil to solar. We're moving to a higher frequency, and that is only about love and compassion. This is the 5D. That is what we talk about when we say that shift. It's that frequency of unconditional love, okay? So we'll practice this together. Last thing, remember your body. I'm going to ask you to keep coming back and softening your body, keeping some awareness in your body at all times, because we want to be feeling this energy. We could also use the phrases, may my heart be happy and peaceful. May my heart be safe and protected. May my heart be healthy and strong. I love using the phrases in that way too. And you can put your hand on your heart. And this is a time to just really practice feeling the energy. No matter what happens, keep going. Tears come, keep going. Boredom comes, keep going. Whatever anger arises, keep going. Everything can be held in the heart. Everything. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is bad. Everything we just keep opening. We come back to the phrases over and over. Okay, so with that, we are going to get started. And I would love for everyone, as we close our eyes, I'm going to start with a body scan as we kind of come into your body. And as we begin, I want you to remember to have a posture where you can kind of keep your heart a little bit elevated. You can kind of keep your heart up a little bit. So if you can keep your back straight, great. If you cannot, go with whatever your body can do, whatever your abilities are. If you need to lie down, lie down. But it's nice if you keep your heart elevated a little bit. As we open this part of the body, we can literally begin to feel the energy of the heart as we practice. Okay, so on that note, just begin by as you close your eyes, I want you to imagine that you're coming in, your spirit is coming into your body. We are shifting in deep into the body. So imagine coming in through the crown of your head and feel the top of your head a little bit here. Feel your face. And really, as you breathe in and out, let the breath begin to settle. So take a big inhale and a big exhale as you begin to feel your body, scan your body. You might feel your neck and your shoulders. And if you need to rotate your shoulders or move your neck, you might begin to notice places that are very tight and soften. And on the inhale, you could imagine you're breathing in peace on the inhale. And then breathing out peace on the exhale. Just saying the words as you breathe creates a resonance of softening in your body. So now bring your awareness to your arms. And bring your awareness now really to your hands. And notice how your hands are placed. Are they open? Are they folded? Softening in the hands. And you want to just keep settling back and arriving in your body. So now bringing your awareness right to the heart center and take a breath. Imagine that there's this ability to breathe right through the center of the heart. And breathing in peace through the heart center. The heart chakra is the most powerful chakra in the whole body, an energetic portal, a star. So as you breathe in through the heart and breathe out, let your whole body begin to settle. Letting everything just relax on each exhale. Now bring your awareness deep into your belly. Underneath your belly button is a place they call the hara, an energetic place. This is where we digest all of our emotions. So breathe deep into the belly. And let the belly expand. If there's any tension or clenching or holding in your belly, let your whole belly relax. Unfurl, unclench. Soften in the belly, expand space there. There's no need to suck in the belly or hold anything. Just let your whole system, this is the area directly connected to your whole nervous system. Deep in the belly is where we digest our life, not just food, but all energies move through the belly. So soften on the in-breath, breathing in peace on the inhale. And then exhaling and letting your whole body settle. And now bringing awareness to your sitting bones. Feel the sitting bones on the cushion or the chair. Feel that contact underneath you, the pressure. And as you feel your sitting bones, see if you can just let go into your sitting bones, allowing your body to just be held up effortlessly. And bringing your awareness now to your hips and your upper legs and thigh area. As you're sweeping your awareness through the body, we activate the body. So softening now in your knees, bring your awareness. Feel your knees in whatever position that they are in and soften. Our bodies soften just by loving awareness. And so we are scanning the body with this loving awareness. Feel your calves now. Now feel your lower leg, your ankles. And remember, you're inhaling and exhaling as you feel. Now bring your awareness to your feet. Feel the bottom of the feet if you can, and then the top of the feet. You might feel vibration or tingling. Now from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, you're sweeping your awareness through all the parts of the body, the shoulders and back body. Let your back be soft, the hips, the legs, the feet. Especially in the midsection in your belly. And now bring your awareness to the heart center as we begin the practice, and just take some breaths again through the heart. And you can just imagine that there's this breath breathing through right through the center. The heart chakra is a portal. So we activate it by our loving awareness. And as you begin to settle in this place in your body, we're going to begin with the image of yourself. So as if you're looking right at a photo or you're looking in the mirror, see yourself through the eyes of the Great Mother, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, the Mother of Compassion. And you greet yourself with a simple, kind gesture. Metta is friendliness. It's kindness. So we're going to be offering this kindness to ourselves as if we are planting each phrase as a seed in the garden of the heart. So as you see yourself, we'll begin to repeat the phrases. You can say them internally over and over. May I be happy and peaceful. Or you could use the phrase, may you be happy and peaceful as you offer this energy to yourself. It can be helpful to say your name over and over as a way to connect the care, to connect the words with the heart center. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. And may I live with ease and joy and well-being. And as you offer the phrases, keep softening the belly, the heart. If there begins to be a tension or a buildup of tense energy, soften. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. And may I live with ease and joy and well-being. And so the phrases are in the chat window. If you forget, you can look. We just posted them. But let's keep going with the phrases over and over. Take your time. And if the mind wanders, just gently bring it back. Come back to your heart over and over. You can place your hand there. Hold your left hand in your right hand. Keep softening with each phrase. See yourself. Even seeing yourself as a young child can be very powerful. So on your own now for a little bit, one phrase after another. And keep softening in your body. Each phrase is a gift to your heart. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. And may I live with ease and joy and well-being. Try to keep holding the image of yourself as steady as you can. And keep softening in the breath. If the mind wanders, just come back to the next phrase. Just begin again, no problem. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. May I live with ease and joy and well-being. be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. And may I live with ease and joy and well-being. And keep softening in the body, in the belly, in the heart. Each phrase is a gift, friendliness, kindness. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. And may I live with ease and joy and well-being. Keep the phrases going. Keep the body soft. Take your time. Each phrase is a seed. And see yourself through the eyes of the Great Mother, through the eyes of compassion, kindness. softening in the body, letting the breath be soft with each phrase. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong in this body. And may I live with ease and joy and well-being. A few more moments here. Really focus your attention, any kindness that you can offer, any love, any care, seeing yourself, great tenderness, seeing your heart. May my heart be happy and peaceful. May my heart be safe and protected. May my heart be healthy and strong in my body. May my heart live with ease and joy and well-being. And for the last moment or two here, I want you to imagine that your heart is now like the sun. There's a sun beaming out this golden colored light. And as this light emanates out of your heart, it shines on all of the people in your neighborhood, in your city, in your town, in your state, and including all of your friends and family members. It just keeps shining out brighter and brighter. May our communities and families be happy and peaceful. And as this light shines out, it keeps growing brighter and brighter, like the sun itself right in your heart center. As we emanate this metta out into the collective field, we include all the people in this country, in South America, and North America, in Canada, and Europe, and Africa, and everywhere, Asia, all over the world. We breathe this metta light sun out. May all nations be safe and protected. May all beings in every dimension, in the animal realm, in the spirit realm, in the human realm, be healthy and strong. And as we merge this light with the sun, 1,000 suns, we envelop the whole earth. May the earth live with ease and joy and well-being. As we shine this metta light out farther and farther, merging with the light of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas and the angel realms and the celestial beings, we merge our hearts with the great heart. With this great metta practice, immeasurable, and we shine this light in every direction through the universe. May the universe be happy and peaceful. And may all of creation be safe and protected. May all beings in every dimension be healthier and strong. And may all of us, the beautiful people on this call and beyond, live with ease and joy and well-being. And as we begin to bring our practice to a close, we bring our hands together in the prayer position at the heart, and we offer ourselves a bow to our own goodness, our own heart that holds so much. We bow to the practice, we bow to the goodness, we bow to our true nature. And then when you're ready, you can begin to open your eyes, or you need to move your body a little bit in any direction. And oh, that was a good one, everyone. I was feeling that one. I always start to get teary. My eyes start to get so teary just thinking about all of the love that I so want to awaken in the heart of humanity to remember. Let us remember who we are, right? Remember where we come from. We come from the sun. We come from the stars. We come from the great creator. So we always bow to that. So may the merit of our practice be a force of awakening for all beings everywhere. So, okay, everybody, I'm just so happy that we got to practice together. As always, I want to encourage you. You can practice at any moment while you're getting dressed, while you go out on your walks, anytime, any day. Start to get the phrases going, right? Keep them alive. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. As you really start to work with a practice, it gets a hold of you. Like any mantra, right? Gets a hold of your heart and it starts to recite itself. And that's the power of the metta. It's like we sort of unleash a kind of momentum. And as we unleash that momentum, we begin to feel a resonance of safety. We begin to feel a certain brightening of the heart. We're able to go out and meet the world, right? Not in that contracted, fearful place, but in that place of openness. And so I want to just mention a couple things tonight. First, I felt really inspired around the Dalai Lama's 90th birthday. Long live this holiness. Dalai Lama's 90th birthday. And one of my favorite quotes of the Dalai Lama of all time was when he says over and over, "My religion is kindness." That is my religion. And everything, you don't have to be Buddhist to understand that. My religion is kindness. That surpasses everything. But like, what does it mean to really have that as our practice toward ourselves? Because the key thing is that it has to be deeply turned toward ourselves before we can really express that. We really must learn to love and care for ourselves on the deepest level of our being. And this is not easy. This is the hardest, the most struggle. And I'm always constantly amazed. And you know, when we say metta is a purification practice, what it purifies, as I'll mention this, is it purifies not only hatred, but it also purifies sadness, numbness, right? Some of the things that often we're numb, we don't even know. A lot of times people often don't even know what they're doing or why they're doing it, right? There's this deep unconsciousness. Numbness is that form of not being conscious in our bodies, not being conscious to what we're saying to ourselves all day long. You know, it's so important to start recognizing and interrupting those patterns of self-abuse, self-harm through the thoughts, right? We think I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy of love. And it shocks me, even at my age with so much practice, I continually catch pieces of this program. It's almost like I extract them out of my mind, like pulling out like a sword in the mind. And I'm like, wow, this is still going. I'm not able to meet myself with love in this moment or compassion in this moment. And I think that sometimes when we start to become more present, we start to recognize how unpresent we are. And that's a shock to people. They always think everything's going wrong. I'm crazier than ever. I go, no, you're seeing it now, right? We want to see the pattern. And when we start to become more present, we actually begin to see this program. It's like this view that we have of ourselves of never being good enough. And it comes through all kinds. If you're in a Black body, a brown body, or LGBTQI, you have all of the outer programming also. So it's like we really are going against the stream here. But I want to emphasize something, a story told by me about a gathering that my teachers had with the Dalai Lama some years ago. And the Dalai Lama was meeting at Spirit Rock Meditation Center, where I spent many years training and teaching. He came to be with the teachers there. This was like maybe 30 years ago. And he asked the teachers there, what is the biggest obstacle to people being able to practice and really go deep in the practice, really attain that liberated heart, right? And the teachers began to explain to him that it was self-hatred. And he didn't even understand what that meant. He had to go back and forth with his translator. He goes, "You mean to hate yourself?" Whereas in the Tibetan view, to have a human birth is the most liberated, precious thing that you could have. To be alive in a human form means you have an addition. They say that you take birth in the circle of samsara, like in this wheel, you can take birth, and there's high births in the God realms. But the problem with the upper realms is it's too nice there to practice, right? They forget. The lower realms are too painful to practice. It's like that Goldilocks story, right? too pleasant, too painful. But the human realm, they say every awakened being had to take birth as a human, because there's just the right amount of suffering and the right amount of joy and happiness. This is the awaken. This is the place to awaken. This is where we spiritually can grow. And so the Dalai Lama was just astounded that people would hate their human life. Like, how's this possible? And I have to say, in Asia, having spent a lot of time in Asia with monks and nuns, is they feel this enormous gratitude for a human life. Like, here we are again, let's practice. Like, isn't this good? And then the Tibetan tradition, they say that to have a human birth, you have so much good karma, like so many prayers went into this to be arriving at this moment where you could actually do these practices of meditation and yoga and opening the heart and letting go of all the programs of greed, hatred, and delusion, and free ourselves from the prison of the mind, the prison that the heart lives in. Like, we don't know our power of our true nature yet. We're remembering. And the fact you can come to the human realm to remember, right? This is the profundity of the moment. And so the Dalai Lama, back and forth and back, and my teacher Jack told me, he thought, how sad. But this is kind of what we're up against, is that mind. And so as we do the metta practice, everyone, we are coming back into remembering our lovability. And it's not easy, right? It's not easy. And I'm still shocked, and I talk to people all the time as we pull these layers off of self-hatred and self-neglect and abandoning ourselves in our most desperate moment. And so the metta is a way to reprogram, right? Even though it seems so simple, it's extraordinarily powerful. When you start picking up the phrases, saying, may I be happy and peaceful, seeing your beautiful self, offering the phrases, may you be happy and peaceful, to love ourselves again. It's like it's replanting, rewilding, right? The heart. And the heart knows the way. You have to trust that. The mind is what gets in the way. The mind, it gets in the stories. The programs are in the mind. The heart, remember, your heart has the deep roots, right? My heart knows the way home. My mind is the one that gets in the way and starts going off course. Be careful of your thoughts, right? Be careful of how much attention you give to the stories that the mind creates about who you are, what your purpose is here. Remember that the more we rest in the heart, the more we activate the heart begins to take the reins here, to take the driver's seat. Right now, you see the insanity of the mind. Look what's driving around here. it's a dangerous freeway, as we would say, right? So we're trying to reverse that, to remember, the heart knows the imprint. The heart has the deep roots, the deep wisdom. You can trust that. When I feel compassionate and loving, I trust myself in that moment. When the mind has got me in the grips of a story, I try never to make a decision or listen to that part of the mind, because I know that's the program, that's the distortion. I try to wait till I come back before speaking, before making decisions. When my mind gets caught in these anger loops and patterns and stories of fear and terror, I have to stop for a moment, right? Come back to the metta, come back to compassion. It is that will liberate us. And it was so beautiful as I was looking and seeing all of these beautiful messages. This Holiness, the Dalai Lama was having birthday parties all over India. So all these people were flying all over to celebrate. And all he kept on saying was, remember compassion, remember your heart, remember the path of love. Remembering meditation is to make us more caring about each other. The real awakening is that. It's not, to me, when I meet somebody, who is very intelligent, they might have intelligence, but there's a difference between intelligence and wisdom, right? A huge difference. Some of the most smartest people intellectually in the world are creating the most troubles right now, right? So wisdom, that's what we want. We want that heart, juicy wisdom. And I don't really know of another way than to train the mind moment by moment to remember itself. And the more that we rest in the heart, I always like to see the heart as like a satellite dish. It's a star. This is what connects us through the heart chakra to all the great masters. This is the frequency they live on. Any awakened being, whether it's Ramana Maharshi, Harriet Tubman, any Jesus, Mother Mary, you're going to meet them in the heart center through love. And that brings tremendous joy to me, actually, right? Because it's like I can merge my hearts with theirs and we can communicate through the great heart. Right? I can receive information. Your heart has its own brain. We've talked about this before. Robert and I talk about this. Robert from our favorite scientist. We used to share stories about what we call heart coherence, heart wisdom, right? It doesn't feel like that's leading the show right now, but don't underestimate what's happening below the surface. Right? We're in the midst of the great turning, and there has to be a collapse in order for something new to be born. For every new birth, there's a death, right? And so it might seem like, oh my gosh, this is so intense. I can't be joyful right now. I can't be happy. Remember also, this is our month of joy. I talked about this last week. I want to know how folks are doing on that. We intentionally are leaning into joy, laughter, friendship, friendliness. Do not let what's happening in the collective rob you of your good heart. How dare they? Don't fall for that, right? It's like it's our duty to be joyful right now. It's our duty to love others. It's our duty to care. That is what the heart wants. No matter what happens in the collective, that will never be taken from me. Ever. I have control of that. And so we can rest in that. Also, remember in the early days of the metta, we talked about the powers of metta. That metta actually becomes not only a protection for you of the mind. When we're resting in love, we feel amazing. We feel empowered. We feel energized, right? When you feel that feeling of loving kindness, you could run out in the world and you can complete so many things. Like that vibration has a momentum, and one moment of metta leads to another moment of metta. Right? The more it's almost like you're setting that course. This is the neuroplasticity we always talk about. We're opening that new gateway in the brain, that new path. And the more you walk it, the more the mind naturally goes there. Well, first of all, it's this true nature, right? So we're not cultivating, we're revealing, we're remembering, which is really, really important. The practice is to help you remember who you already are, right? It's a way of clearing the windshield, right? We're like, oh yeah, here I am. I'm that person, right? So there's a lot of power in this. And as I was thinking so much about the Dalai Lama's entire life, I really want to encourage you all, if you have not seen that movie called Kundun, Kundun, about his life story, and all of, since he was born, the journey of a lifetime designated to compassion, practicing compassion, and holding not only his own broken nation, but also out in the world to try to be a force, really a planetary force like the sun, right? And that's the heart of metta when it's fully enacted. I think I was reading about the Dalai Lama that he's written over 50 books. 50! How do you like that, right? And most of them are about love and compassion, right? They seem like they're more sciencey, but it always comes back to, do you have a good heart? That's all I care about when I meet people now. I don't care about where they come from, what money they have or do not have, what kind of work they do in the world or don't do. All I care is, can I feel the heart? And that's when I can feel it. I know I'm sitting with a wise being, right? Because this is the power of the heart. And I also was thinking a lot about Harriet Tubman, Mother Harriet, about how when I was writing my book about the spirit of Harriet Tubman, how over and over she would tell me, Spring, I did what I did because out of love. That's the only reason I went out and helped people and rescued people, and even fighting in a war, it was for love. Right? And so the power of that, I'm learning the magic when we live in that frequency, everybody, we open ourselves up to a whole nother existence. And that's what's happening right now collectively. There's a bifurcation. Eventually humanity will come back together, but there's a shift right now. There's a splitting off, and it's a temporary one. But as the heart moves into this next dimension, all of us that are living in that, there is that separating line here. And I think the power of all of this time is that it's a wonderful time to practice remembering. I keep encouraging many of you to do metta retreats, metta practice, spiritual practices, pilgrimage, out on the earth, out on the land, remembering your heart chakra. We need to activate this. There's a kind of training that we need to go through right now. And it's all about remembering the power of love, the power of compassion, the power of joy, and the power of equanimity. So these are some core moments for us right now. As I told you all before, I'll be spending a lot of time next year going on retreat and working on developing this warrior heart of deep compassion that I can hold all of the suffering and all of the joy, right? But now we really want to emphasize joy. Another book I want to tell you about is that book about joy that Dalai Lama wrote with Desmond Tutu, who I love beyond all measure. Oh, I mean, the two of them. If you have not seen that documentary Joy, you need to turn, after this metta class, I could play that for one of our metta sessions. You have to watch that documentary of Desmond Tutu and Dalai Lama, the two men who have seen more suffering, pain in their collective countries, South Africa, Tibet, and they laugh and cry and they talk about joy and they hold each other. I mean, they're so close. And that movie, I can just watch it over and over and I just weep. I weep because that's the heart that can hold it all, this tremendous love. So it's called The Book of Joy. There is a book written about that. Everybody, if you have not watched the documentary and you have not read that book, even getting it on Audible, it will inspire you. That's our book of the month, okay? Our Metta Heart Medicine book is that book about joy. And Desmond Tutu, oh, what an angel. What an angel to go right into the heart of the darkness with this great compassion. Unbelievable, unbelievable ability to hold all of it with no bitterness, just care, but not forsaking truth. This is the key thing. This metta does not deny truth. It goes right into the heart of it. Right? This is not about ignoring what's going on. In fact, it's going right into the belly of the beast and holding that light. Right? So this book, that documentary will touch your heart. That is pure metta medicine. And those are people that we can grow into, we can practice. You know, obviously Desmond Tutu is a Catholic priest, and the Dalai Lama is a Tibetan monk. And here we are, lay people, doesn't matter. What's in them is in us, because we walking the path of practice. And so I want to just to remind you of that as we celebrate joy, we celebrate the good heart. We must remember at this time and tell stories of these people with great hearts right now. I won't let their stories play out, you know, forgotten. No, we have to remember, because right now we're bombarded. You know, the tsunami of greed, hatred, and delusion. Is easy to forget the angels that are walking among us, that are guiding us, that are shining the sun, right? All beings. One awakened being can do a lot of good on this planet. And I mean awakened in the heart center. I mean the great love, right? This is what we want to be moving toward right now. So I think of 2025 and 2026 as my Jedi heart years, right? The warriors of love need to rise up, but they can't do it unless you practice. Practice is essential. The practice of remembering, the practice of metta. So try to really dedicate some time to that. Okay. So I want to pause here and see if anyone has any comments or anything you'd like to share for the last few minutes of our course, or our class. I mean, maybe Robert, do you have something? You're someone I think of as the great heart. A great
Yeah,
heart being.
yeah, this resonates with me very, very much because the more you explain, the more I'm silencing my heart, silencing my mind to listen and receive, because there's so much good information that I generally don't pay attention to, you know, information of joy and peace and happiness. So if I begin to count how much of that is around me, everything around me is made to existence because of love. If I only get myself to become aware of that, then I'm just going to be thankful, constantly thankful. And that's what you're indicating, you know, the bath of joy. There's so much joy into it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Robert. And gratitude really goes hand in hand. Yeah, I mean the blessings, even the suffering, everybody can be turned into joy. I've been dealing with that, as you know. I've been talking about this accident, and every day I'm finding something in it that's awakening my heart. So even the suffering, when we really start to pick it apart, becomes some type of liberation. Even deep suffering can be a medicine. And it can be a medicine because it actually awakens the heart center, right? It awakens. My accident that I had getting hit by that truck has awakened more compassion in me every day. It's hard to describe. I'm working on this new book about it, but it's like, oh my gosh, I just have like, it's almost like I have to have so much compassion that it's like awakening levels and places that I wasn't awake to before. I'm learning every day on how to love. So I'm with you all in this. I'm a student of the heart. I feel like I always say I'm a kindergartner at this. I literally am compared to some of these, you know, the great Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and people like Jesus and Mary. Like, I feel like, oh, how do you love on that level? My gosh, this is so profound. But there's nothing else to do here now. We're in the great turning. There's nothing else to hold on to, right? There's nothing else to root down into. Everything else is going to be like sand dissolving, like, sand castles dissolving when the waves come in. What will last right now is the heart, right? The rest of this stuff, we already know the stories of what happens to the villains, everybody. It's an old story. I guess we got to play it out again. But we all know the endings to this. It's written in the history books. You don't have to look too far, right? But the heart is having its own moment. What is that story, right? We know that story too. And what does it mean to really dedicate yourself to that? So I want to encourage all beings, all of us, to start really taking up the metta. Try to do it 10, 15 minutes a day. Find your rhythm with it. You might chant it, you might sing it, you might say it in the shower, right? May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. Just start just one phrase at a time. Even if you only remember one phrase, that's fine. Say that one over and over. But it just begins to create that rhythm and that energy, right? Everything is energy. Yeah, Kundin is a great movie. You could watch it to honor His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, who is an emanation of compassion. That's what he talks about all the time. I'm here to be compassionate. And what's even nicer is that he said recently, I will be reincarnating again. So just to let everybody know, I'll be back. So he might be passing away out of this realm, but he's telling the whole Tibetan community, announcing to the world, I'll be reincarnating for the 15th time. I'm not done yet. So even that is, I know, hard for some people to believe, but rebirth, we go over and over in the cycle here. But just want to inspire all of you to keep practicing right now. And everything that you do has great power and a lot of magic right now. We're also between these portals, these worlds. There's a lot of this love current. We're being bombarded by the higher realms of love and energy and realization. So the more you rest in the heart, the more you're putting yourself in the frequency of this kind of liberatory, awake energy right now. Realizations abound. I'm having them every day about so many things. So just some encouragement. Okay, so I want to make a couple announcements and also give thanks again to our Baba Diva. Thank you for everything. And also, I have retreats coming up. If you want to join me for a plant medicine retreat where we are focusing on metta the whole time, so powerful. We're calling it Medicine of the Heart. And that's going to be in November in Mendocino, California, 7-day retreat. So beautiful, everybody. And if you want to come. If don't let money be an obstacle, reach out to us. We may have small scholarships available, opportunities. I have Southern Dharma. I have a retreat for communities of color where we'll be exploring wisdom of Harriet Tubman in the South here, North Carolina. And I have women's retreat coming up. And I'll be at Shivananda Yoga Center in December doing a yoga and meditation retreat. So a lot of things coming up. So please join me. And of course, every Tuesday night, we'll be here going live with you. So thank you all so much for your practice, your love, your great heart. Yes. So as we come to an end, let's unmute ourselves and say bye. I want to thank you, Robert, for always coming. And Cynthia, feel free to unmute yourself. And of course, Baba, yay,
Thank you.
Debs,
Thank
and
you, Spring.
Manny and
Thank you.
Steve.
Bye. Thank
Hi,
you.
Debs and Shiloh. Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Thank
everyone.
you.
John and Tony. Hi.
Yeah.
And Susanna and Briani.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you all.